Hey, what's going on everyone? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another YouTube video. And today we're going to be talking about the Knucklehead radar and just how much I have fallen in love with this exotic over the last couple of weeks, maybe a month now. It's been a while. I started playing with this exotic and I thought I was just going to play with it for a couple of days, maybe a week, see how the buff was. But I ended up falling in love with it and ended up just playing the last month with it pretty much most of the time. Most of the time when I got in Crucible, this is the exotic I had on because it's just fantastic. Bungie did a really good job with the exotic rework and making this exotic strong and just very desirable to actually use now. I'm actually getting a little ahead of myself. Let's actually talk about first what Bungie actually did with this exotic. Well, they decided to take the exotic perk from another exotic, the Foe Tracer, and just add it on top of the Knucklehead radar. Before, the exotic perk on the Knucklehead radar used to be that your radar would stay up when aiming down sights, and it wouldn't house your radar whenever you crouch. So it had those two effects. What it does now is that you still keep those two effects, the radar up when you're aiming down sights, as well as the enhanced radar when crouching. But now you got the used to be perk of the Foe Tracer, which is whenever you aim at somebody or damage them, you mark them. And that mark stays with them for a couple of seconds, even behind walls. So you're able to track them as they go back into cover, as they try to flank, as they try to re-peek. You know exactly where they are and when they're gonna peek. So essentially what they did is take these two just okay exotics, these medium tier exotics, combine them together and make it into the ultimate Knucklehead radar that's all about information and just knowing where the enemy is. Not only does it work very well with the team that Knucklehead radar has going for it, that's all about like tracking enemies, but in gameplay it actually works fantastic and both of the perks just kind of complement each other. Let's say you shoot somebody, you mark them, they go behind cover, but you see behind cover that they're trying to like peek and they're thinking about peeking. So you're holding down your angle, aiming down sights of your weapon, but since your radar's still up, you notice that somebody's trying to go behind you, so then you can quickly just turn around and fight that guy instead, while the other guy is healing. And all this is possible because, you have your radar up. You know exactly where the enemy that you were waiting for is, and you know that there's another guy trying to sneak up behind you. It works perfectly. It's just all about knowing where the enemy is, keeping track of them, and it just works well. What can I say? It just works really well. There's actually a lot of times in trials where that actually happened, and there's also those other times in trials where it happens a little bit differently. Maybe you shoot a guy, you track them, and then maybe you see his mark trying to go around, trying to get the angle on you, and shoot you from a different direction. But since you've been watching them the whole time, run all the way to the other side, you could just get ready. As soon as he peeks, you shoot him and you kill him. That also happened a couple of times when I was playing with this exotic. Being able to know when somebody's about to re-peek, when you're already in the middle of a gunfight, or knowing where somebody's coming from when they're trying to go for a flank, is just super useful information for both normal Crucible, although since V6 seems to be a little more chaotic, but it's still useful there. The place where this exotic really shines though is definitely in trials and competitive. Modes where there's less people and when keeping track of people or winning your ones is more important, those are the modes where you can really see the strength of this exotic. I just can't overstate the fact that being able to track somebody through walls is fantastic, while also on top of that keeping your radar up at all times when you're aiming on sights. And I know it doesn't sound like it would make a huge difference. It's just one of those things where you have to like put on the exotic, start playing with it, and you're gonna see how many times it actually comes up. I just can't overstate the fact that being able to track somebody through walls while at the same time keeping your radar up is just such a useful thing to have in the Crucible. It's a fantastic neutral exotic. I know when I told you this, it might not seem like that big of a deal, but this is more one of those exotics where you just kind of have to trust, put it on, play some games with it, and you're gonna see the difference. You're gonna see like the exotic giving you some information that leads you to make some better decisions. And that's pretty much what this exotic buffs. It just kind of buffs your decision making, since it gives you a little more information about where the enemies are. That's pretty much what this exotic is buffing. In my opinion, it's pretty much the definition of just a neutral game exotic. Next up, we're gonna see some clips of the exotic in action. But this exotic is mostly gonna be with the tracking, how the tracking helps me get some kills that otherwise I wouldn't get, or just makes it easier to secure some kills. I do not know which clips I'm gonna play yet, because I haven't gone through all the gameplay that I have with the Knucklehead radar. When I did record some gameplay, because a lot of it was just me playing, and I did miss out on like some good clips. But from the gameplay I have, I do not know which I'm doing. So let's hand it over to Future Unknown, and hopefully he'll show you the clips. Hey, so Future Unknown here, and you know, we do have a couple clips from like that trials run. This is the very first one. This is pretty much what you're gonna be seeing. You know, just I see the guy exactly where he's going, and then you shoot him. Like I'm not gonna show too many, just like 2 or 3, because they're all essentially kind of similar. It's just taking advantage of the tracking and just knowing exactly when someone's going around the corner. Like this guy, I'm looking at him. I know he's gonna peek, so I'm just ready to shoot him again. So he's back to being like one shot. And right here, this was like a 4-4 round. So I'm just kind of like trying to get the flag. I'm surprised the Blaber actually didn't hit that guy, but at that point it was too late. We had already won. So even if he killed me there, it wouldn't have mattered. Now right here is another kind of similar one. This guy tries to go around, and I can see him the whole way. I know he wants to go for the rest, so I'm just there. As soon as he turns the corner, I'm already shooting him. Well, I'm just holding him here. My team was actually just capturing the flag, so that's why I was just kind of like chilling there, covering the body. Now this last one is actually not about the tracking, because the tracking doesn't really help me here at all. It was mostly about being able to keep my radar up, weighing down sights. Right now when I shoot the second guy, I see in the corner of my minimap a bit of red, meaning that the other guy is probably heading for the rest. So I'm able to go over there, blade barrage them, and then you send them back to orbit. And I think for now that's going to be it. Like I said, they're all going to be pretty similar, so just kind of like that, just kind of give you an idea. But regardless, I actually really like this exotic. I highly recommend this exotic. Definitely give it a try. I really like what Bungie did with this exotic. Combining 2 like underperforming exotics and making it good was definitely a very good idea. You know, just this way of buffy exotics is just a way that I really like. And depending on the exotics that you're combining, they could be pretty effective. We're just gonna have to wait and see, because this is like one of the only times that they've combined exotics, unless I'm forgetting some other point, but I don't think I am. But yeah, fantastic exotic. This exotic is finally seen play after like 5 years, and I just hope that it's not a fluke, and the Bungie will actually be updating exotics more like this, and just make some of those underperforming exotics just better. But anyways, with that, we're gonna end today's video. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel in case you guys haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.